We're about to unleash the most terrifying and destructive plague that's ever been seen in the universe. And we're gonna give it to Australia. And considering how destructive this actually is, we really should be playing on super brutal mode. But we've infected our first human. We're weak and used to hot temperatures, but we must evolve. The more people that get infected, the more points we get. TikTok is a virus. This means it randomly mutates and rapidly and can be hard to control. It costs DNA points to devolve. It sure does, and that's why we need to make it as effective as possible without making it too severe or lethal yet. We want it to spread as much as possible before people realize how bad it is. That's going to be difficult because it's TikTok, people know what it is. And because all of its mutations are very expensive, we're just going to have to let it spread naturally for a little bit, but we've already got 4 whole people. That's the amount of people that are going to watch this video. We have increased rainfall, that's not really going to matter because we're in Australia where I don't know if it's ever rained. Medicine in Australia is slowing the infection. It is a pretty wealthy country with good healthcare. I guess that makes sense, it has to be, it's Australia where everything wants to kill you. First up, we're going to spend $7 dues for collaboration. That's going to increase our infectivity without making it too severe, so no one's going to worry very much about it. And then for 10 points, local idols advertising. Local idols tell fans about TikTok increasing infectiousness in rich and urban countries. Perfect. Except the urban part, but you know, it'll spread. Don't worry, little fella, one day you'll have cities. And we had a natural mutation, giving up hygiene symptom. So that means kids are losing hygiene from sitting at TikTok pages, and that's not too bad. We're just going to leave that there. That did bring the severity up a little bit, but sometimes you just gotta let things run their course. We've officially infected hundreds in Australia, so half the population is infected. It's getting awfully spotty down there. We've infected thousands. Australia is officially doomed. And it's spreading. We hit South America and Europe. Next, we're going to get representatives. Representatives of companies are traveling to random countries. Look at the infectivity of that go up. I also got climate protect. TikTok isn't making phones more hot or cold, so they'll be able to evolve in extreme environments like Australia. Okay, we hit New Zealand. That's good because it's an island that's hard to get to. And there's lots of population down in this corner. And we just need to gently nudge it forward as we go. I think that was China. We hit Turkey. And look at that. From the airport, it's spreading all over the world. We're going to way down to the middle. We have this very happy looking one. Brands organizing TikTok competitions and events very much increases infectivity. The more we get into the center, the better things are going to be. Again, this really doesn't need much help, and I think we just hit North America with that one. Giving up toilet symptom mutated. People are so addicted to this wonderful creation that kids are giving up toilet and peeing themselves, so hygiene is falling apart quickly. This video is basically a PSA to the dangers of social media. TikTok has infected more people in the world than tuberculosis. It's a very infectious disease. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's getting all over the world in a real big hurry. They're aware of it. A new minor disease is spreading. It appears harmless, but must be investigated further. Yeah, you might want to look into that. It's gonna get bad. The first official death in Australia. It's time to celebrate. We'll start making some points now, that's for sure. I can hardly keep up with how fast it's getting around. It's wildly popular. It's already actually killed 182 people in Australia, so that's odd. I guess that means kids are peeing themselves to death at this point because there's no other reason it could be killing them. We're going to add billboards in megacities. That's going to help increase infectivity. I think I also need more temperature protect because it's got to get into those extreme areas. And famous singers, actors, and other stars are advertising TikTok. We're paying them big to spread my disease. Its infectivity is already through the roof. So its infectivity is going up, its severity is going up, and its lethality is still very low, and that's perfect. We have 110,000 daily infections and only 7 daily deaths, so it's mostly going to fly under the radar. Giving up eating is mutated. I'm probably going to have to demutate that because that's a pretty important one. We're definitely into Scandinavia and North America. Kids don't want to eat. As funny as that is, we can't have that yet. That's going to get too much attention. That's going to kill people. And we hit the Great White North up there in Canada, whatever they do up there. Australia is actually starting work on a cure. I'm not entirely sure why yet. I guess we have killed 416 people. So the 6 doctors in Australia are hard at work, but we're going to stop deaths for a while just to make sure it's not getting too much attention, and we're also going to start slowing the cure because we got to make sure this is really getting around. More infectious than HIV, that's something to be proud of. We're definitely getting a lot of good red clusters around the world. Addiction system is mutated. That's going to be a good one. When did terrorism evolve? TikTokers are terrorizing normal persons. I feel like that's probably why we started killing people, and that's why we got attention. I mean, I guess I should have known that was going to happen, but I just didn't notice it. Kids are using TikTok nonstop, so that naturally evolved. That, insomnia, children skip nights using TikTok. That makes it too severe. That's funny and dangerous, but we'll get to that later. So the only remaining countries are Greenland, Iceland, and Morocco. And TikTok has affected more people than the common cold. I need some boats to get up here into these islands. I think we just got Morocco with that one. Australia shut down its airport. I doubt it has more than one. And they're back to giving up eating, so we're going to have to devolve that. This thing just really wants to go haywire. That's going to cost me 10 points just to undo that. I really need TikTok to get up here into these islands now. Oh, we got Iceland. And I think we just got Greenland as well. Insomnia's back again. This thing's just going wild with mutations. We're just about at the tipping point, but for now, I'm going to get rid of Insomnia because I don't want things to be that severe yet. I want to have everyone infected, but I don't really want them dying. Giving up eating's also got to go. That way, it's still a very harmless disease. Except for kids peeing themselves to death. Giving up eating came back again. All right, well, at this point, we might just have to let it go. We need to get more of Greenland and Iceland infected, though. Otherwise, they're going to start to cure it. It's funny how you just... this wasn't even me. I just sort of let TikTok out into the world, and it did this by itself. So far, we have 7 billion people infected. 400,000 are left that are healthy, mostly in Greenland and Iceland. Something did also just evolve, but the faster it spreads, Rage symptom mutated. TikTok is mutated and then developed the rage. When videos aren't okay, kids get raged. Yep, they sure do. Promotion of murders. Kids are demoralized. TikTokers say killing is good. We say killing is good, and kids, yeah, let's just give that now. And let's add a little bit of casual terrorism in there as soon as we can. We need a few more points for that, but I feel like it's already too late for the world. It's too infectious. Terrorism, oh, it came up naturally as it does with TikTok. And they're definitely starting to try and cure this, but they're also going to be dying. Terrorism too mutated by itself. This thing is a wildfire. So at this point, there's no healthy people left. That's perfect. We just need to start them killing each other faster. 7 billion people infected, only 25 million dead. I thought we'd have bigger numbers by now. And now we have bad talk, which is actually great. Installing viruses to TikTok. It can kill from watching videos, but easier to cure. But that also made lethality and severity way up there. Next, we're going to get eye blind. Bad talk eradicates and kills users from watching. Very dangerous. I suspect that's supposed to be radiate. Like you watch TikTok and it like shines radiation beams into your eyes and sort of just melts things. I mean, if you're already watching TikTok, there's not a lot left in there to melt, but you know. We've killed more than a Black Death and we're not stopping there. Eye blind symptom mutated. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, that was the one we were just looking at. I forget the names because I thought it was bad talk, but lethality, severity, it's all quite high up there. Its severity and lethality went from 0 to 100 in such a hurry. I guess I'm probably just going to save up a little bit more for Terrorism 3 just to make it a little bit more dangerous, because somehow it's not there yet. We've killed more than the Spanish flu. Oh, and Terrorism 3 just evolved itself, so that's kind of handy. TikTok just really escalates itself. Don't have to baby it along at all. You just let it out there into Australia and it does the rest. We've killed over 300 million people throughout this little world. While we're at it, we might as well take out the small pages ad. I like how at this point we've killed over 300 million people, like legitimately a large population of the entire world, and the cure is only 15% done. People just aren't really caring. They're probably too addicted to TikTok to, you know, do science and doctor stuff, so you don't even have to really prevent them from curing anything. They're just addicted to their phones. Global research focused on cure. You know what? That's fantastic. Because half the world population is literally dead. 50%, we just Thanos snapped the world, and now they're like, you know what, we should probably go ahead and cure this thing. And that's really funny because that's probably realistically what would happen in the world. So with that optimistic thought, we're going to evolve Anti-Cure 2 just to make sure they really can't slow this thing down. I don't even know when this one showed up. Creators Guards. Creators of TikTok are protected by police and FBI, prevents interviews and leaks. That puts lethality way up. That's like a 15% increase on top of already something very dangerous. So now we just sort of sit back and relax again and let it destroy the world. There's really very little left for it to do. So in Australia, we've killed 21 million people. There's only 2 million left that are healthy. As healthy as you can be for, you know, living in the desert. I want to give a big shout out to Australia this video. I've really been giving them a hard time. Now we're going to buy school trends. Kids at school are using TikTok. I don't think schools exist anymore, but I just want to see more of these, what it can turn into. Classmates Revolution? Sure, why not? And this one looks fun. Cool teachers. Teachers want to be cool in recording TikTok videos, increasing infectiousness and severity from cringe. The cringe severity is going way, way up. We just need a few more DNA points. So if more of you could just die a little bit, that would be really great for me. I don't think there's that many people left to die now that I look at it. I thought the game was paused, but it's just, yeah, there's only 300,000 people left. TikTok to destroy humanity. Yeah, no kidding. There's 195 people left and they're dead. We've officially done it. TikTok has officially successfully eliminated all life on Earth. Since that was actually really easy, let's try to make it brutal to see if TikTok can punch through these defenses. Doctors invest in research, random medical checkups. I accidentally clicked West Africa, so that's where we're starting. So basically, I just really need to be careful of what automatically evolves, and just the same strategy as last time. Make it very infectious without being too dangerous, and that's tough because it randomly mutates. For now, we'll just sit there and admire one little baby red dot, now it has a friend. Probably gonna need some resistance to hot. Climate protect. We're just gonna get that right away. I don't know if it matters what order we do things in this early, as long as we don't make it too dangerous too quickly. See, already we've mutated giving up hygiene symptoms. And that did put the severity up, so we might have to undo that because I'm gonna be that diligent about it. So luck is gonna play into this a little bit. I didn't know there was a slider over there. Look at that. We're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. But I need to be very careful of how I spend my points. I might also always need to maintain a bit of a surplus of points because something stupid's going to evolve itself and we're going to have to unevolve it. But for now, we're going to buy collaboration. That's going to add infectivity way up. And then we just sit back and we jumped over to Germany somehow. I assume that went over on a boat and landed in a Northern European port. Giving up hygiene is mutated. We'll take a look exactly at how bad that is. That did put the severity up. So let's spend all of our points to undo that. That one we probably could have lived with, but then if it jumps to the next step along there, I think peeing themselves to death, that's going to get attention. Okay, we're spreading around the African continent a bit more. We're going to find a way to hopefully make it a little more infectious pretty soon, but I'm very hesitant to spend points still. And it mutated and gave us terrorism. This is why I can't have nice things. It's not that lethal, but it's pretty severe, and I can't even afford to undo that now. I need some red dots to show up so I can undo terrorism. Okay, I think I need to take a bit of a risk here. I need to add some infectivity to this somewhere, so we're going to get local idols advertising. Terrorism is just going to have to sit for now. It doesn't seem too dangerous to anyone. Eventually, this wild random mutation thing is going to work in my favor, but for now, it's really getting people's attention too quickly. And giving up hygiene has once again showed up, and we might just have to let it sit there, otherwise I'm not going to be able to afford anything new. Well, at the very least, Northern Africa is getting it pretty hard, and I think we just hit France. We're still spreading around. Once Africa, West Africa here gets really packed up, all the ships leaving there should take it everywhere, like that one's headed for Brazil, which we might have already infected. Giving up toilet has mutated. I am going to spend half my points to get rid of the terrorism thing because that cuts severity in half and knocks lethality like all the way down. Then it's just a harmless disease that have people addicted to their phones, so, you know, welcome to the real world. This is definitely harder because we've obviously clearly spread throughout Western Africa and it's still not really escaping very quickly. But we need to make it more infectious, but it's hard because we have to keep undoing the terrorism evolution. And West Africa, for some reason, wants to cure this little disease. They're not working very quickly yet, so I'm not overly worried about it. Okay, we spread to a few more countries, and that means we can get representatives. That puts infectivity way up without really changing much else. So I'm hoping now we see a nice little explosion just like that. Now we're really starting to get around quicker and carrying this disease all over the place. So we're just going to hope that it spreads around rather quietly, and then we'll start to make it even more where we got addiction. I'm actually going to undo that. That's expensive, but that just puts the severity too high. This needs to fly under the radar for a long time. And I'm actually going to take out the small pages ad now. That's going to branch us into bigger things, and I just need to get cheap upgrades when I can. I think we also just hit North America officially, so that's going to help get more of that. Getting Iceland and Greenland are always a problem. But I think we more or less spread to the continents, except maybe Australia. I said so many bad things about it that it's going to play hard to get this time around. We hit New Zealand. That infectivity really made a big difference. Okay, we hit Madagascar and Australia there. I think they're pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to buy brand events. That's obviously not too severe, but very infectious. Games and app ads. That's going to make it more infectious again. And then ultra temperature protect. That way it can really thrive in those weird temperatures. Alright, terrorism is mutated. It really wants to be terrorism. We did just hit Iceland though. See, TikTok's too strong. We've already almost got the entire world and this is on ultra brutal or whatever. So Greenland's going to be the harder one, but I'm hoping we get a ship to jump over from Iceland because they're good friends. We're going to take terrorism away again. That way hopefully no one notices what's going on. Okay, we just got, I think Thailand or something down here. I'm going to buy anti-cure right now. That way, because they're going to start to cure. And I feel like once they start, they're really going to go. We just got placed on a watch list. Yeah, we're more infection than a common cold. We need Greenland. Addiction is mutated again. I'm not that worried about it now. We just need one boat to get there. And then we can really just sort of let this thing go. They're starting to shut down air and seaports. Insomnia is mutated. I'm going to have to slow this down a little bit. The problem is Iceland doesn't have a lot of infections, so the chance of a boat leaving here with an infected person is basically whatever that is, 3%. So I'm going to take away giving up toilet and maybe whatever this one is. That's very expensive, but that's going to take severity down. Really just need the world to not take this that seriously. UK is leading the global cure effort. Well, that's just what it is. Yeah, Greenland is definitely the lone country holding out on us now, and it's not guaranteed we're going to get it. So Iceland really needs to go. It's getting big chunks of it taken out. Ooh, that cure is going up quick. At this point, I might just have to take my points and make it really dangerous, because I don't know if we're going to get to Greenland anyway. We have infected most of the world. There's only a few million healthy, and some of which are going to be in Greenland, but everyone else is already doomed. Oh, Greenland shut down its seaport, so we couldn't quite get it. Well, we'll go back to making this dangerous, then we're going to go give up eating, and then next we could buy promotion of murders, and that's always a big one. And once people start dying en masse, we'll get more points again. The world is 20% of the way done, but they'll start dying, and terrorism 2 is mutated. So this is exactly when the mutations work for our favor, because they'll mutate and get all the really expensive things I couldn't afford otherwise, like terrorism 3. If I've learned anything from playing Plague Inc., it's that if in case of emergency, go to Greenland. Promotion of murders bought itself. That's fantastic. Because that one really makes things dangerous, and from there I can hopefully get bad talk. It costs 62 points, so if it could buy itself, I would be okay with that. And it actually just bought itself that, so people are going to start dying real quick. And Eye Blind also came right behind that. So right now we could probably just put it on speed 3 and we watch a population drop. Basically, we need to watch this number drop more than this number goes up. Yeah, look at that. There's now 20% of the world left. The cure is halted at 38%. I'm really annoyed we didn't get Greenland. So basically, we're going to be left with whatever the population of Greenland is healthy, which looks to be about 56,000. So from there, they can rebuild the Earth, but it might take a minute. Working further down the thing, television and social media. That actually has a lot of infectivity, but it's always hard to buy this because it's really expensive and you got to work your way into the middle like that. But considering that was mega brutal, we almost did it. It was just a little bit of luck that we didn't get Greenland.